I'm gonna actually pull up Twitch chat to make sure that I can see if they're telling me that something's going wrong. Because
Can come in handy.
yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so I have to overlay up as well for myself so I can see everything. And yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so everybody, welcome to the second episode of the True Gods Rumble. I'm joined here by Kevin again. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of hop right into the questions. Kind of, we have Dog Biscuits in chat again, saying Cordy, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. I'm always like kind of weird at starting stuff out, but I'm just gonna kind of hop into with some community questions, kind of that we got from before after the last episode. Uh,
Yeah,
what are
sure.
what are the questions that we have are like are you guys ever gonna like host tournaments in like the future, or is it just gonna be like community hosted? Like, are you guys gonna host like a big community, a big like official tournament per se?
Yeah, I understand. Actually, we were talking about it a few weeks ago to do a tournament, an official tournament hosted by us at least. And we would still need you guys to comment on it because you're much better at it than us. But but yeah, at least the prize pool and stuff like that we want to support. So we haven't made the decision yet when exactly, but it's definitely coming up at least in the next version. I think when we release the next big update, we will actually announce a tournament. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's it could be cool. And yeah, of course there will be a prize pool. We haven't decided yet on the amount, but it will at least be a little bit more than now the community, which is super cool, of course, that you guys are doing that. And but yeah, it's a little bit our way to to support as well the tournaments to get some more hype for the tournaments, and maybe some people who didn't think about joining it before are thinking now, well, could be cool, to join. So yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago. We have been incredibly busy with the updates, so we didn't talk further about it. But I think after the update, we will come with a date for the first tournament with the prize pool from our side, and of course, I will contact you to help us with the streaming and everything. So yeah, but yes, the short
Okay.
answer is yes.
Okay. All right. That's actually really cool. That's very exciting
Uh,
for me because I think working with you guys and making like a tournament and everything, trying to see what the difference would be like from just a community hosted one would be actually like, really cool and everything.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Like I could. Is there like particular theme that you guys are thinking of, or is it just gonna be like official Rumble Arena tournament, kinda?
Oh, I haven't thought about a team or anything. I think you guys are much more creative than than me. So I think I will need some help with some ideas from the community. But the cool thing is that yeah, the upcoming version it's a big version. So that's why we also a little bit less yeah, maybe talk active or less available in the Discord. But at least we know that we are heading towards a direction which will be better in the long run. And this way as well, we know for sure that from the next update we're gonna do some official tournaments because yeah, I think it will be it will be cool to see if we see an increase in number of players. Yeah, the player count of Rumble Arena is still good. We still get hundreds of new players every day, but yeah, only a few make it to the tournament pro scene because yeah, a lot of guys they lose interest because maybe the game is too hard or it's too steep, the learning curve. And I think we are solving a lot of those problems as well in the next update. So I think there might be a whole lot of people incoming in the pro scene as well from the next update. So
Okay,
this is also for us one of the reasons why from the next update we really want to do like a tournament. Yeah, from
okay,
our side as well, with
gotcha.
your help of course and
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys said that you guys are like. You said you're working on something. So you're working on like a big update coming up soon.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Basically, what we did, we came together with the 40 developers, the core team of Warm Arena, and we had a talk. Like, yeah, it's been 2 years now since the release, 2.5 years, and of the multiplayer version at least. And yeah, it's been really cool to see the community grow, to see people come, to see people go, and then new people take their place. And yeah, there's always a cool scene with cool people. Yeah, but for us, of course, our dream is, of course, to create a game where we can work full time the whole week on, so we can actually, yeah, put in some more effort as we do now because we are working full. Yeah, me, I'm working part time. Ramon is working part time, and Bowie and Niels are working on the project as well, 1 or 2 days a week. So it means that, yeah, compared to other games you guys might play, we have less hours in a week to create the game, which also, yeah, it's sometimes a little bit difficult because we want to show a lot of progress, but we simply can't because, yeah, we don't work slow or anything, or we don't lose interest in the game, but we just have less hours every week to work on the game because we have a job to pay our bills next to the next to the game, next to Rumble Arena. And yeah, and it's really cool to see that that people are still playing the game every day. And there are, at the moment, we have around 800 new players coming in every day. So in every 24 hours, there are 800 people downloading the game for the first time. But yeah, we have we think at least we have some problems that we need to address. So more people will stay, you know, more people will join the Discord, more people will join the tournaments. And one of this is that, yeah, maybe the learning curve is quite harsh. And you guys are, yeah, of course, a lot of guys that are watching the stream, they are really good because they joined the Discord, they have been playing for a while now. But new players, they might find the game difficult at first. So we are looking for ways to, yeah, to maybe to shape the experience, the first 10 games a little bit, yeah, more, more more friendly for new players.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds
yeah,
that sounds like really exciting. Honestly, I'm like very hyped just to see like the changes that you guys make are gonna like add, change
yeah. We're gonna
how.
add.
Yeah, it's gonna add a whole bunch of stuff to the game and.
Yeah. Basically, we say to each other like there are three things that a lot of games have and that we don't have. And those three games, that's yeah, some kind of progression system. We of course have the elo system, but the elo system in ranked, yeah, a lot of guys, they're really high. They're like ranked 8,000 or more. I don't keep track of it anymore because they're too high. They went all out, you know. So they're too good anyways to for me to even think about it. But yeah, that kind of progression is cool for really competitive people, for yeah, for guys that are really good at the game. But some people, they might want to feel some progression um, outside of that, you know, outside of the whole competitive ranked game mode. So how can we provide that? How can we provide a more, yeah, maybe friendly first experience for the players so they are able to feel like, well, I get better at the game, and not like, oh, I join someone online, oh, I lose, I got a three stock against me, you know, this game is shit. I will stop because the matchmaking is not good or something, you know. So yeah, so basically we want to do. I can tell you two things that we are planning already to do at the moment. One is some kind of progression in terms of character. So you will level up your character, you will get progression, you will be able to customize your character more, like with the skill tree, with some attribute points, even with equipment. So you might find some equipment if you do certain missions, and then you can customize your build. This will enable you to make your character stronger, and if your character is stronger, you will be able to get higher level in elo, and some other things as well later down the line. But the things that we're gonna add, like a story mode, for example, you'll be able to progress more easily when you level your character in a certain way that fits your playstyle. And the other thing is that we really want to focus on making every character really like a little bit more immersive. So like how do I say that in English? Well, we do have some customization options like headgear and skins, but what else can we do to make the whole experience that this character is your character? So the RPG element helps a lot. A story mode will help a lot to get some feeling with each character. And we're thinking about some more big things to add. That's all besides gameplay. And of course, we're thinking also for gameplay, we're also adding quite some big things like parry maybe. And we are thinking about some other things as well. So it's a big schedule. And the way we are, 1 second.
Okay.
And the way we are, the way we see it now is that we focus on the RPG element, because that will be kind of the glue of everything else. Like if you have a character level and if you can feel that kind of progression, even if you're not that good, you will still feel some kind of progression of your character. Then people will stay maybe long enough to be actually good at the game and to actually maybe join the Discord, join the tournaments maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like you guys have a very, very set plan for that, and like, I'm just excited to see how far it'll go, to be honest. And
Yeah, well,
yeah,
well, actually, how far we will go, it's interesting because sometimes we think that the game we have set now, or that we have released now, is like a 1.0. But if you compare it to the other games in the Play Store or in the App Store, it's actually not the 1.0 version, because we have so many things that other games have, we don't have it. Like, for example, story mode, or like some kind of progression system like an RPG, or even simple small things like daily login bonus, or some kind of cool, how do you call it, event, like some missions or some daily events that you can play, or get some rewards. Yeah.
so just something to keep people coming back into it, whatever. Like,
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So we always say like, we built a 1.0 version, and what now? But actually, when we were talking and when we were comparing ourselves, like Rumble Arena, to other games that are really popular in the Play Store, App Store, and on Steam, they have so much more features. And of course, this makes sense because we're a small team. But still, we have to aim to get the whole set of features and possibilities, so every player can feel that they have something to do in the game. One player might want to completely go through the story mode. Another player is very competitive. He wants to be the highest player on the leaderboard, and beat the other players in elo. And the other player might just enjoy trying out some funny character builds that he think are strong, or wants to play some kind of event that pops up every Friday.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that will be. I think having that, the options and everything will be very, very good in order to like bring out the best in the game, bring out the best in the community and everything.
Yeah, it will be broader as well, because now a lot of players, they're very competitive. When I talk to people on Discord, some guys, they talk to me privately, or I talk to them with in the moderator group, and it's really a cool group of guys and a group of people. But I feel like it's a limited experience what you can have now in Rumble Arena. You can just play 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, and there's nothing really to do other than just play and battle each other. But it would be cool, for example, if you can just have some theory crafting about builds, about What kind of tour do you use? Do you use the attacking version? Do you use the defensive version? You know, and that kind of stuff. And yeah, maybe we bring out a story mode, and some people might really have some difficulties in the later chapters of the story mode. And yeah, people will talk about how did you get how did you complete it? What kind of checks did you use? And
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
could be a step towards the direction that we can give, yeah, broader experience, not just competitive one-on-one. You feel bad when you lose, you feel happy when you win, but there's nothing in between, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever like play ranked yourself and everything, or do you guys just work in the game?
No, we play a lot, but yeah, we are nowhere near your guys' level. So a lot of the guys in the Discord, they're incredibly good, and yeah, we are, I think, not too bad, but to be in the tournament, for example, we tried it a few times. The first tournaments we tried, and yeah, it's a lot of times we go 0-2, and we win 0 times and we lose 2 times. One time in the normal brackets, one time in the loser brackets, and then we are like, yeah, okay, maybe we just focus on coding the game. And we do watch all the tournaments, and yeah, the day after, because a lot of the times the tournaments are not at the best time for me, but I always rewatch them the day after, and on Twitch, and at least the big matches I watch in full. So yeah.
I remember there was a time when you were like top 8 in your tournaments, and you were even like I think it was like 13th on the power ranking or whatever. Back when that was hosting
Yeah.
Bounty, that was cool
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, there was King Niels actually. The Niels was actually really good as well at the start of the tournaments with Jin, but yeah, then the level got so much higher. And I think in a few tournaments, I think the first tournament was won by a guy called Booster, and I think that tournament we were still like, whoa, these guys are good, but if we train hard enough, we can compete with them maybe.
Yeah.
And then I think 4 or 5 tournaments later, especially when Vivid won kind of maybe if yeah, so maybe 5 or 6 or even more tournaments in a row, we were like, okay, we can never compete with these guys, even if we play 8 hours a day, you know, even if we stop coding and just play 8 hours a day, we're not even gonna compete with them. And yeah, that's cool to see, because it gives us a lot of, yeah, like it gives us a lot of positive energy to continue on the game and to keep keep bringing new stuff to the game. But it's like a double-edged blade at the moment, because we want to bring new stuff to the game, but at the same time we have to acknowledge some problems in the game, which is a problem like, why aren't we earning enough to at least, you know, get a small salary to yeah, to work 5 days on the game,
Yeah.
which is of course the main objective at the moment, in order to actually do a lot on the game,
Yeah.
and not have you guys wait 2 or 3 months for one update, you know. So yeah, that's like one side of the story, and the other side of the story is that we do want to provide you guys with new content. So it has to be a balance, you know, between those two things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I do have
yeah.
one question in the chat from Sahara. He says, also Kevin, important question. Do you see other platform fighters as competition or fun games or encouragement? Like, how do you see other platform fighters?
Well, first thing first, I do like all platform fighting games, because I also play Smash a lot, and yeah, we have the Switch here, and we play a lot in the weekend, like just casual, not competitive level, but we are actually not that bad when we play against guys of other friend groups. When they say, "Oh, he's the best guy from our friend group," we are like, "Okay, let's see who's the best then." And we yeah, 9 out of 10 times we are better than the other friend groups that we played against. But there are some really incredible players out there on every platform fighter game. Like yeah, also on Brawlhalla, of course, it's a great game. And I did play it a little bit on the PlayStation, because I just like to casual
Yeah.
sit on the couch and just play. And I did get a little bit competitive with it, but yeah, it's a really good game. Like the technical part, and the gameplay feels great, but the art style, it's not really my cup of tea. So yeah, I don't like the 2D art. I don't like it that much in general, but I know there are a lot of guys out there that love it. So Yeah, I think for me, all platform games are fun to play, and if I have to choose one, it will be I like Super Smash Bros. The most. And in terms of if I see them as a competitor, yeah, but yeah, of course they're a little bit competitive with each other. They're famous, and we try to become famous, you know. So they are competitors, but I also think that you can always together you can make a genre more well known and more appreciated. So it can also help, like when Fortnite came out, or then after that Call of Duty Warzone came out, and of course before Fortnite there were some other battle royale games like DayZ and everything, and they actually didn't make each other like smaller. They made each other bigger. You know, like they made the whole scene bigger, the whole battle royale scene bigger. And yeah, let's hope that over the next few years some other cool platform fighting games come out, and yeah, the scene will even become bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I think the merging of communities will even the smaller indie communities. Like I was talking to some people who host tournaments for like a game called Indie Pogo, or
Mm.
like even bigger indie titles like Rushdown Revolt. Even we could try merging with them and seeing if we could bring their community to ours and bring our community to them as well, because we have a pretty decently large community for all that it's worth. For all, so yeah, it's exciting to the thought even of just like merging the communities.
Yeah. And I think our community is gonna grow a lot more when. So actually, what I told you before, Tasku, we actually do have a lot of people coming in the game. Like every day, about 800 to 900 people. They download the game for the first time. It's like on Play Store, on App Store, on Steam. So altogether, we have around 800 people coming in, and only a small percentage of those players they stay. Like maybe 6% stay like 10 games or more. So we lose a lot of players in the first 10 games, and then we decide like, yeah, or we think what could be the reason for this? You know, they saw the trailer of the game, they saw some screenshots. Are we not delivering what they expect, or is the game too difficult? Or and then we decided like, yeah, we only deliver kind of one kind of experience, which is like the very competitive, ranked kind of experience. Maybe people are a little bit scared, you know, at the start to immediately jump into a game like that. So what if we can, yeah, deliver a broader experience, like maybe a story mode or some events, you know, and yeah, see if we get a larger percentage of people to stay, and if that percentage is larger, more people will join the Discord, more people will stay for a longer time because there's more going on, and yeah, it's like how do you say it? It goes exponentially. I don't know how to say it, but like if more people come and more people stay longer because more people are online at the same time, then it will grow much faster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just gonna kind of boom, if that.
Yeah, hopefully, and especially if we are able to earn something from the game, because at the moment we don't earn anything from the game. We still when I work on today, for example, it's Monday. I work on the game, and I love working on the game, but it doesn't. I don't earn anything from the game at the moment. So yeah, when we are able to earn something from the game, we will be able, of course, to yeah to have some a little bit of a marketing budget to bring even more people to the game, and yeah to host bigger tournaments, so people think like, whoa, what kind of game is that? You know, I'm gonna try it out because I heard some guys they are playing on a high level tournament game, and yeah, it's been fun, you know, to see those gameplay on Twitch. So yeah, maybe they will join as well. Yeah.
I think we're gonna actually try helping out with like the marketing stuff, because even though I don't have like experience doing it, I do have ideas in my mind for like stuff that I want to do. Like even like the podcast or whatever. It's just a really cool thing that I want to be able to do and everything. So,
Yeah.
one other thing I
No,
want to. Sorry, you can.
yeah, no, it's great that you do this kind of thing because of course, it takes also time for you to set it up and everything, and it's great that you are willing to spend time on it. So yeah, it helps us out a lot, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Um, I have another question from Sahara. I'm gonna modify it a bit because I think he's asking. I'm gonna modify it because I have a better way that I want to ask it. Kind of. Do you guys have any new characters planned for like different releases and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. So the whole thing that we discussed with the team a few weeks ago was that should we focus on content, like bringing out new characters, new arenas, and maybe even new skins, or should we really focus the core of the game? The problem with the game now is that we have a lot of people coming in, but every day a lot of people are going out as well. So yeah, are we solving that problem with adding more characters, or are we solving that problem in another? Can we solve that problem in another way? And we really decided to look to other games. So we have been looking to other games like Mortal Kombat. You have Clash Royale, some other games like Clash of Clans. Not the same genre, but they do all have like a strategy to keep players inside the game, to keep a hold on players for some weeks, for some months even. Some games the community still play after years of playing. They still play. And we figured that at the moment we do think that we have some kind of problem with the core loop of the game. So the core loop at the moment of the game is you start the game up, you go online, you win or lose some elo, and you are back at the main menu, and you play another game maybe or maybe not. So this is the game loop that we have at the moment, and we really decided to turn it around to have another kind of core game loop. So now our game loop that we want to be is something like in the lines of this: you start up the game, you can modify your character, like you can change up some skill tree points, you can change your attribute points, you can maybe change your equipment. You go online, you play a game. This can be single player, multiplayer, or ranked, or maybe in the near future as well on a story mode or like a daily quest mission, and you get some kind of reward. And maybe you lose, maybe you win, but you always get a reward. And this can improve your character to become stronger, and then maybe next time you will have more chance to win. It's not going to be at all like an uh, big difference as kind of massive multiplayer online role-playing games. You start as a level 1 character and you end up as a paladin level 80, and you can one-shot someone that is level 20. Or no. We do have like a big plan how to increase the skill level of a player, and how to increase the stats of every character in a way that it doesn't feel too intrusive. So it's not going to be like if Vivid play against me and I have a level 1 character, Vivid has a level I have a level 20 character and Vivid has a level 1 character, he will still beat me. He will still
Yeah.
beat me. But if I play against someone that is kind of similar in terms of skill, but I do have a better build, maybe I created a build that fits better my playstyle, I will win, and I will be able to beat him more consistently. So yeah, think about it like the whole system of maybe Clash Royale is a good example. Clash Royale is a little bit more heavy on the kind of RPG element, like the getting the cards and upgrading the cards. But every upgrade is like 10% of the card strength. And we are not thinking about 10%. We think that's way too much. So we are aiming something about 2 to 5%. But the customization itself, it can be like something really cool. So maybe in the end, it's not going to be like you're not 10 times stronger when you're level 20. Maybe you're only 2 or 3 times stronger. So I will still not be able to beat Vivid because he will still 3-stock me at the moment. So even if I'm 3 times stronger, maybe he will 2-stock me or 1-stock me. But it will help at least to get some kind of play style, and yeah, to get a little bit stronger at least in the game.
Yeah, so kind
Yeah.
of your plan is to kind of ease the people into the game, like with
Yeah,
alongside the level system, they'll be increasing the skill as well, so that they will leveling up their own kind of understanding of the game won't be as painful.
exactly, exactly. So our dream, our goal is that people join the game in the future and they have some kind of option. Maybe they go on a multiplayer match, maybe they go on a story mission, maybe they like some kind of event with some crazy conditions like oh you play against 10 Wukongs who are 2 times as big as normal, like some kind of event like that. And then whatever they do, if they win or lose, they will get something, even if it's something small like an experience or some kind of reward, like like a weapon or like some shoes. And it might not be that much better, even if it's just 1 or 2 or 3% better. It might have triggered them to try out another game with that shoe. Like maybe I will win if I put on this shoe, or put on this weapon, and then they will keep playing the game. And then like that, we can actually fix our main problem at the moment, which is people are coming in a lot, but they are going out a lot as well. So we want to keep the pool of people that are currently playing the game. Yeah, we want to increase that pool. By increasing that pool, we will actually solve one of our biggest problems, which is this is called retention. So people are not coming back to the game. And when we have solved this, we can focus on bringing more content to the game. But at the moment, like a lot of people, even if 800 people are joining, not even maybe 10% is buying one character with silver coins or rumble coin. It doesn't matter, but not even one in 10 is not even getting to the point of getting to know a second character. So yeah, that's really an issue. So even if we add 10 more characters, they're still not they're still not reaching the point of getting a second character. So we want to fix that first, that people are actually playing enough to get a second, a third, and a fourth character, and then we can add more content to the game. So yeah, that like that we solve the main problem that is retention at the moment. Yeah,
Okay.
but um, but to answer Sahara, because we do like our community a lot at the moment. A normal game studio would probably just say we focus fully on this problem, but because we do have a good connection with a lot of the guys that are playing the game, we do like 50-50. So we actually are working on Rama, which is the Indian god, and he's kind of a deity that has a bow, as an bow and arrow. So he is kind of like long range, kind of fast agility god. So yeah, so we are working on that god as well at the same time. So not fully, not like 100%,
Yeah.
but like 50-50,
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That sounds really cool. Um, do you guys not to pry about Rama or anything, but do you guys have like any like moves created for him yet, or is it just do you guys just have like the idea or like the model?
Yeah, no, we actually started animating, but we only animated the general things like running, jumping, double jumping, yeah, um, crouching, stuff like that. So we haven't got to the attacks yet. We do have some attacks, like some concepts, but we actually talked with some guys from the community about his moveset. So if people are watching the stream, they are free to share some cool moves about him or read about him online and let us know if they have some cool attacks that they would like to see in the game for this character. But we actually did talk a lot with some guys in the community already
Okay.
for some cool moves. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, that's actually really cool. It's really
yeah,
exciting. Um,
yeah. Every time when we add a character, it brings a lot of joy to the community because yeah, it adds a new dynamic, to the matchups.
yeah. If you guys had like one thing that you guys could add to the game, like legitimately anything besides like audience retention and stuff and everything, what would you guys add?
Hmm. I think a story mode.
Story mode. Okay.
But that's just me personally. I know that Ramon and Niels and Bowie they think it's less important, and it's not. I agree with them. It's not super important, but I really like a story. I really like some kind of experience that when you start up a game, you have some kind of some dialogue maybe, and you have to fight against this big evil god that possesses or wants to destroy the world, or wants to destroy some legends. And I think that's that kind of thing I really enjoy also creating. So I hope we are able to create it in the future. And yeah, if I would choose one thing, I would choose that because I really enjoy playing it as well in games that I played in the past. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Uh, do you guys have like do you personally is essentially like creating the stories and anything? Do you like have a vision in your head for like what the story mode's gonna look like in Rumble?
yeah. I actually, when I'm in the train or something, or when I'm on the bike, I think about it. Like, what would I think about if there was a story mode? How would it go? Which characters would create alliances? Which character would be against each other, or will there be a new character that's just like an evil kind of character that is like the end boss or something that everyone will try to defeat? And I do have one really cool idea for a story, but I'm not gonna spoil it too much.
All right.
But it involves some god that is able to, maybe to trick other gods to join him in like a war against each other. So that could be one of the story possibilities that we can do. But yeah,
Okay.
it's very far away. It's still some months away. So we really want to focus on. Yeah, sorry, I know I said it before, but we really have to focus on solving our main problem at the moment. And once we solve this, then I'm sure I can work either 2 or 3 or 4 days on the game, or maybe even 5 days, like full time. And then when I work full time on the game, I know for a fact that a story mode for me isn't gonna be much more, and for Ramon as well isn't gonna be more than 1 or 2 months programming. So that, instead of like waiting 1 year to create the story mode, and it will take too long. So we first have to focus on solving our problem at the moment, and then once we work full time, we are able to add those things in pretty fast.
Yeah, for sure. So you keep on talking about working full time on the game. You guys are how much are you guys working at your other jobs compared to like Rumble Arena and everything? What's the kind of balance between it?
I would say, so when we started creating the game, we actually quit our jobs for about 8 months to create the core of the game. So this was 5 days a week, and we worked 8 months long. We created the first multiplayer version of Rumble Arena. We did this all in about 7 or 8 months, and we had to start from scratch because it was a new technique that we used. And after that, when we released the game, we were out of money, of course. So we were hoping that the game would earn enough for us to keep working on the game full time. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So we had to get back at our job, and which is a fine, cool job at the moment as well. It's a software development job, and I work 4 days a week on this kind of on this job. So I work one day on Rumble Arena and 4 days a week on the software job. So for me, it would be like 20% of my week I work on Rumble Arena, 80% a week I work on my software job. But of course, in the weekend and in the evenings, I do work on Rumble Arena as well. Not every evening, not every weekend, but I do work a lot of the weekends. I work on Rumble Arena as well. So I would say maybe 70-30%. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like
Yeah.
that sounds like very very. I think I relate to not having a lot of money and everything. I think that if everybody had like enough money to just live off of and everything, we would see a lot different world. Because everybody would just follow their passion rather than working at their necessary
Yeah.
job and everything.
Yeah, yeah. The cool thing is that Ramon also works at the same job as I work. So we work. He works 3 days a week at that job, and I work 4 days a week at the job, and that's how we met as well, Ramon and me. So but it's really also a fun environment. So we really have no problem working at it because we have cool colleagues, we have cool people there, and it's a fun job. But of course, we do like Rumble Arena more than anything. So the dream is still to work 5 days a week on Rumble Arena and actually be able to go day in day out. We work, we make progress, and we can actually do a weekly update, with new things, so that the same progress we do now in a month could be done in 1 week if we just work on it every day.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
if I'm not prying or anything, what job do you and Ramon have?
So we work at a software company that creates an applicant tracking system, ATS for short. And what it is that big companies like maybe Shell or McDonald's or yeah, any other big company, Apple, they all they have some kind of job openings, careers like vacancies. So they want people to apply for that kind of job. And if they do that by mail, they would get tons and tons of mails of people wanting that job. So they need some kind of system to like maybe something kind of like an Excel. So people who apply for a job, they will be able to view their profile. They will be able to view their CV, and there's all kind of in some kind of managed software application, so that if they like someone, they can easily invite them for an interview, and the guy gets an email, the guy gets a date and a time when to be where, and this is all managed in an application. And this application is called an applicant tracking system because you're tracking your candidates for multiple jobs maybe, or for one job, or for if big companies they sometimes have 100 jobs at the same time on their website, so yeah, big companies they are not able to do it by mail. It's too much effort to keep track of everyone, and they want to build some kind of pool of candidates, some kind of group of candidates, so that if they reject someone, but there is a job opening a few weeks later, and they think, hey, this candidate that I rejected for that job, I want to send him an email to get him maybe for this job. So yeah, so we create that, and we do have a lot of customers in the Netherlands. We are a Dutch company, and yeah, so we mainly have Dutch companies as well that are using our software. But we have a lot of big companies, like yeah, maybe 40 companies at the moment using our software.
Jeez. Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's really cool.
yeah, and the funny thing is, we actually do have a small team. So we have a team of, I think, 16 people at the job. Yeah.
It seems like you really like working in like small teams rather than like huge, humongous 100
Yeah.
people teams.
Yeah. I did at the start when I started my software engineering, software developer study. I did want to end up at a multinational company that was all over the world. Yeah, there are some big names out there that work a lot on software solutions. And Unit 4, for example, is one. It's a big IT company, and even other companies like Google or Apple. I was thinking about it to apply for a job maybe someday, but yeah, I never got to the point that I actually did it because yeah, I really enjoy working on yeah, software with a small team. And besides, I also, yeah, I really like to work on Rumbarina as well. And yeah, I think if I join a bigger, and then if I have to do something completely new again, I will not have the same kind of energy level in the weekends and in the evenings to still work on Rumbarina. So yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I
yeah.
speak. You talked a lot about McDonald's and maybe a bit of hungry now. What is your favorite? What's your favorite type of food? I guess, or fast food
We asked
restaurant.
we asked that last time, right?
That's their favorite food. What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Okay, so I went to America 2 times, 3 times actually, and there's this burger place called In and Out Burger.
In and out.
It's
Yeah.
in the west, on the west coast. We visited quite a few times, and yeah, it's definitely my favorite fast food restaurant. Yeah, it was really good compared to anything else I tried there. So yeah.
Yeah. I need to try that place. Honestly,
How, how about you?
myself, I am. gonna be basic and say McDonald's because
I actually I actually ate McDonald's 2 nights ago. Yeah.
I had it yesterday because I have it a lot at work. So
You win. You win.
we have a question just coming in from Zahara. He says, "What is the least fun part of coding and making a game?"
I think Ramon would really have the best answer because he's working at the moment on revamping the UI. So because we want to add in some really big new features like story mode, RPG elements, and more, we kind of decided that we have to revamp the UI, the user interface, one last time because it doesn't give us enough space to be free in adding some stuff, you know. So but this is a really tedious progress, a tedious process for him because it means really boring stuff. Like you have a button and the button has to be different. So it has to be maybe a little bit more blue or the design is different. So he has to replace the art of everything. And yeah, sometimes also the flow. So maybe one screen goes to the next screen, but with the new flow, this screen goes to that. And then in between you have nothing. So he has to
Oh,
yeah, it's a lot of interaction with the UI, and it's really yeah boring maybe for him. So I would say that for Ramon's sake, I will answer that because I know that that stuff is more boring than what I'm doing at the moment with the RPG elements. So yeah.
what exactly are you working on right now? The RPG elements, like in coding.
Yeah, today I was working a lot on modifiers. So that kind of things like the thing that Fenrir does when he becomes 2 times as big when he has the bar fully charged,
Yeah.
the special bar. So actually, we want to give a lot of the characters some kind of special ability, either by skill tree, like a skill pot node that leads to that leads to a point that you can actually get a bar for every character, and every character will have a different ability, like a different attack. So Fenrir becomes 2 times as big, and for example, we want Thor to be able to maybe yeah do some kind of special attack with some lightning. But another character like Spartacus, maybe we want him to throw a net, and when he throws the net, then the other character, if he hits the other character, becomes maybe 20% slower. So yeah, he has like 80% of the movement speed or from before. And coding all this, that's called modifiers. So you're modifying some stats like movement speed, damage, shield, or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was working on that all day. I got to the point that I understand how Ramon coded it because Ramon created this. Uh, and I'm now actually tuning a little bit the code to allow us to add more modifiers like damage, speed, and yeah,
Okay.
because
Interesting.
he coded the size thing, so the character becomes bigger, and I'm coding now the things like damage, speed, maybe even get an additional air jump, get an additional, like a dodge, a special kind of dodge that you are dodging maybe twice the distance or something. Um,
Okay. Interesting. That's like I don't know. That's gonna be really interesting to like experiment with, and I think that's gonna add a lot more depth to the game, kind of, because even in kind of playing the game and seeing stuff. I've seen like in platform fires and stuff. We see like stuff that either modifies the opponent or the player, or we see things that like take up a whole bunch of area and like controls an area and stuff like that, with a modifier and stuff. And it's just very cool to see how different people implement those kind of concepts and stuff. And I think that what you're speaking of right now is going to be very cool to see.
yeah, we really want to do something else because, for example, Valhalla does something very unique. They have the weapon system, and every character has 2 weapons. A lot of guys watching the stream are probably familiar with Valhalla. and they did it really good. Like they did this kind of system with the two weapons. It's really cool. It's really unique. It feels good as well. It feels great to play the game like that with that system. And we think, yeah, how can we make Rumba Arena something unique, to have something unique? And yeah, I think the best way to do it would be like some kind of RPG element inside of it, because it hasn't been done before, and we don't want to make it um, too important, the RPG element, but we will make it important enough for people to care, for people to experiment with it. And yeah, even if you want to play a tournament, we can always say like, yeah, you turn off the RPG elements. But yeah, in ranked and in some story modes, it could be, it's the best way to feel progression. Even if you lose, your character will still become stronger. So someday you will reach the next level. You will reach the next chapter of the story. Yeah,
Yeah,
really
exactly.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna look for a different. Um, are you guys open to expanding the development team, or do you guys just want to remain it just being like you, kind of?
We are always open to expand it. It's yeah, of course, the main problem why we haven't expanded it much is because the game doesn't earn enough money. So a lot of people, they don't want to work for free. the fact that the fact that Ramon, Niels, and also Bowie are working on the game for free is really incredible, because a lot of people that work 6 months, maybe 3 months on something, and it doesn't earn money, then they will stop. They will do something else that will earn them money. So yeah, it's been cool to see that even after 2.5 years, we still are working on the game, and trying to trying to find a way to make it to make it successful. And we do want to expand our team, but it's really hard finding people that want to work on something for free. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I completely see that.
Yeah.
Just it's kind of it kind of becomes tiring at a point because you're like, man, I've worked so hard on this. I really want to see this succeed and stuff, but it's been like so long. It's like, how do you guys continue to like find the motivation to just to work on the game despite like not having um all that support, kind of like the money and stuff?
Yeah, no, yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, well, we do of course really like the game. So we do like to see people play the game. We enjoy it a lot when we see some people posting cool combos in the Discord, when people like you or someone else is streaming a tournament, or when people are just playing the game. It already makes us happy, even if we are not earning money from it. We are already happy to see that people do have some fun moment with the game, do have some kind of enjoyment when playing the game. So that motivates us a lot. And of course, it motivates us a lot to have a dream that someday in the future we are gonna have a steady income, enough to pay the bills and enough to work full time on it. So yeah, those two things are our main
Yeah,
motivators.
it's just a dream to work at it like full time. Uh, how fast would you guys like want that to happen? Like, would do you guys think
Tomorrow.
tomorrow? Yeah, that's fair. What do you guys think it's gonna happen though?
Well, yeah. So we do think that all this time, this 2.5 years, we thought, okay, we have a game. We released it on the App Store. We released it on Steam. We released it on the Play Store. Um, yeah, why isn't it making any money? Why isn't we do have a lot of players actually. There are a lot of players coming in every day, and yeah, we thought what is wrong, and every time when we thought, oh, it's a new character, we have to add more characters because people are asking more characters. So we were focusing on that kind of thing, and then we said, in 3 months from now, it's going to be a success. In 3 months from now, it's going to be a success. And every time we were disappointed when, yeah, not much changed. it increased over the 2.5 years. The revenue increased every month. It increases, but not at a speed that is really considerable, or like that we can expect to work on the game full time soon. But since Bowie joined, the new guy that he has worked at a big game studio in the Netherlands. It's called Game Basics. It's a company with over 60 employees, and he really gave us a new. Yeah, he worked at a big company, and he was his brother was the CEO, and he was, I think, CFO. So also an important job, not important function. And he told us basically what when he joined, like, the game has great potential. I can see that the people playing the game are there are a lot of people that want to play the game. There are a lot of people playing the game, but there is a business model lacking. Like, you don't really have any idea how to at least sustain yourself with the revenue of the game, or at least get some revenue to be able to sustain yourself and work on the game full time. So he said that we have to, yeah, we really have to listen to the community, of course, because we love the community. But at the same time, we have to start thinking about ourselves. Like, how can we make this game successful, and find a balance between those two things? And yeah, he joined in, I think, yeah, well, some months ago, and we have been working on a big update since then, to actually do both. So to give the community something new, and to be able to to get some more revenue from the game, hopefully, so we are able to uh, work full time. But in to pinpoint a moment in the future when it will happen, yeah, I've been saying it for 2.5 years that it's gonna be the next update, guys. It's gonna be the next update, and then 1 month later, no, we have to do one more update, and then it goes like that for 2.5 years. So I'm not, I don't want to sound too pessimistic. I do believe that next update is going to be at least a step into the right direction. But if it's immediately like enough for us to work full time, I don't think so. But it's going to be at least, one step closer to working full time to the game.
Yeah, I completely understand that. It's just every time you want to reach a goal, you're like, man, I'm like right there. I can feel it, and it's just like just out of reach. It can be very frustrating.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, it's the same way in like kind of competing as well, because you're like just like, man, I'm like one step away. I can do this. I can win, and then you don't, and then you end up not winning, and you're just like, man, am I really just that far away from my goal? I guess it's just, and you gotta have the like mindset to keep yourself in it. You gotta have
Yeah,
the
we do have a good mindset, I think, because we do strongly feel that the RPG element, it can go two ways. Of course, there are going to be some guys that don't like it. There are always people against the new things. But yeah, we have to accept that we need something. We need something unique that will set us apart from Super Smash Bros. That will set us apart from Valhalla, in a way that it can also help us to achieve something more than we achieve at the moment, in terms of revenue, in terms of the ability to keep players playing the game for a longer period of time. So yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see the upcoming updates, and it's going to be a big one. And yeah, I think we will see how it goes. I cannot make any predictions, but we do hope to see that it's a step into the right direction.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cross my fingers for you guys. I'm not gonna jinx it. I'm not gonna say anything else about like if it's gonna happen or not. Cause like there's a thing whenever you're like commentating a game or whatever where you call it commentator's curse, because like you say something's gonna happen and all of a sudden the opposite happens and you're like, wow, that,
Uh,
huh? And it
yeah,
happens so often. It's just
I understand what you mean.
yeah. Um.
Yeah, and
Oh, sorry. You can.
oh no, yeah, I was saying that I completely understand what you mean. We have the same, like, the next update is gonna be it, and then it's not it. So maybe if we don't say anything about it, then maybe it will happen. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's our tactic at the moment.
Huh. Well, think I'm pretty much out of questions, actually. Actually, no. There's one more question that we have. This one's from Dira, I know. Um, he says, "What do you guys think about players breaking your game? Like, do you guys ever try to like, detect the people found as well?"
Well, the good thing is that if they are able to break our game, then they did something quite unique and creative. So we do like it that people are able to find some things that are crazy, like even some bugs, maybe close to bugs, maybe. So yeah, it's sometimes it feels like a bug at least when you see some things happening, and yeah, but yeah, we never have a problem with it because maybe yeah, there are two kind of bugs, like if people break the game in a positive way, that they find something that's maybe overpowered, or if they find something that shouldn't happen, but yeah, it's still funny. That's one category, and there are things like bugs, like for example, when we had the 2 vs 1 bug, that two people joined at the same time, and then you would play a ranked match against two guys, and that was really annoying, So those kind of breaking the game is not fun, and we try to fix them as quick as possible. But at the same time, we always keep in mind, like, yeah, we do this 1 day a week or 2 days a week, and we don't get we don't get paid for these days, and we work our asses off. We work at least 14 or 12 hours on a Monday and a Tuesday to make some progress, So we're not gonna be angry at ourselves if some bugs slip in, and we are not like Call of Duty that have enough resources and still create a lot of bugs. Yeah.
Honestly, I think the two versus one bug was kind of funny in my because like at least from an outsider, I could see like as a dev, it's like why is this happening? Well, like from an
Yeah.
outsider, it's just like wow, he's getting mauled by the two, or there'd be times when they still win the 2v1 and everything, and it's just like damn. Um,
Yeah.
what was the most annoying bug for you guys to try dealing with so far?
Actually, it was the 2 vs 1 bug, but it's a complicated story. So I will think about another one. Yeah, we did have some bugs at the start as well because the engine that we use is Unity. It's very well known. It's a very good engine, and Unreal Engine is another famous engine just as good. But we ended up going for Unity, and yeah, a lot of times we at the start especially we ended up updating our Unity version a lot, and we thought it was normal to update your Unity version to the newest version, so you have the newest how do you say that, features from the game engine. But actually, a lot of game studios, they don't do this. I didn't know they stick with one version, and they continue with that version for years, with the same Unity version. So there were a lot of bugs that we faced that were just problems that came because of the update that came because so it's not even your own fault, to have this kind of bug. It's just that you updated your software, your computer, and then everything happens and everything starts collapsing. So those are the most annoying bugs because you feel like you didn't do something wrong. Yeah, so those were the most annoying bugs, and I don't know a specific example, but yeah, there were a lot of those bugs that when you update Unity, uh, if you have a big project like Rumble Arena, a lot of things will start to break down. Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I kind of understand that because it just like change how like the scripting works kind of over like each one of the
yeah,
updates and stuff. So
yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't know that you just that many companies just stick with one Unity. I feel like that would create future issues with like compatibility and stuff. But I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They do go a lot of the times for LTS versions. Those versions are long stable, long, I don't know, LTS. Long support stable, I don't know, something like that. I will Google it, but yeah, it's a kind of version that Unity long-term supports versions. Okay,
Okay.
so it's a kind of product like Unity. They release every year, they release one very stable version of Unity 2020, Unity 2021, or Unity 2019, and they will support that version for at least 4 years, I think. So it means that if you go for that function, go for that version, and Apple or Google decides that you have to do something new, like you have to have some kind of new um, thing, like a stupid example, you have to show an privacy disclaimer at the start now, how which data is being used on your phone. That's a new rule from Apple since a few months, like the app tracking, app tracking something is it called? App tracking transparency is it called? Okay. But the version that you use from Unity might not have this feature because it wasn't invented yet when you downloaded this version. So what an LTS version does, it will add crucial functions, features to the engine, but it will not do add anything else. So you will not have problems with it at all because it will only add some kind of fixes and critical updates. So yeah, those are mainly stable.
That's that.
Those versions.
That sounds very annoying to deal with
Mm.
and everything. It just
Yeah, no, but those LTS versions are the best to use because they don't get updated by a lot. They don't get updated a lot. They are pretty stable.
okay. Gotcha. That's fair.
Um, so the Unity helps us out by throwing out an LTS version every year that will have some support for multiple years. And if you use that version, you're not required to update for at least a few years.
Okay.
Yeah,
That sounds like they're just really looking out for you guys because like
they are. They are.
yeah.
But we didn't know this at the start. So what we did, we just updated every month to the newest version, and we didn't know that normal game studios don't do that. So every month we lost at least, I think, 8 hours of fixing bugs that came up because we updated the game, the Unity engine to the newest version.
Wow.
So yeah,
8 hours is a freaking butt ton of work.
yeah.
Do you ever get like tired of working on the game? I guess.
No, no, I think if I do, I will just stop. You know, I will
Yeah.
just stop the game. And, but at the moment, I still enjoy it. Yeah, we do hope, of course, that we're gonna find some results this year. But we still enjoy working on the game a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Did quarantine ever like affect anything game development wise? Because I know like animation studios and like other in person stuff got affected a whole bunch by like quarantining at the beginning. Did that affect you guys at all, or was it just like not?
No, no, it didn't affect us at all. I think even for games itself, it was a little bit, yeah, it wasn't the worst thing because a lot of people they continue to play games when they are quarantined. They are able to to still start up their phone and to still play games. So we hadn't had any negative anything negative, and luckily I didn't get COVID. So actually Niels got COVID, but he had only like moderate symptoms, so very light, moderate, and Ramon hasn't had any symptoms yet. So let's hope it stays that way. We are quite protective. How do you say it? We are quite, yeah, we're a little bit older as well. I mean, I'm 30, Niels is 29, and Ramon is 28. So it's not like we're going out or we are like in the bar in a cafe every week. Um, so yeah, we are not that we don't have that much contact as well. So we weren't affected at all. Now a little bit, of course, by people around us and yeah, some COVID cases, of course, in people you know. So that's but yeah, in general, personally, I wasn't, and Rumble Arena itself also not. Yeah.
That's just really good because it just gave you
How about
guys.
you?
Myself, it changed how school worked. That was the
So
main thing,
yeah,
and it, in my opinion, kind of made it harder for me because being in school is like at least being inside of school, it's a lot of work that you don't want to do, but you're at school anyway, so you're gonna do the work. But
Yeah.
in quarantine, you're at home, so do you really have to do the work? In my mind, that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course, you have to do the work, but I struggled with that a whole bunch, so my grades dropped a whole bunch.
I think a lot of guys had this problem.
Yeah,
I,
it's
I, if
so-
I can imagine myself being in your shoes, and I would be exactly the same. Like you see your computer and you see your homework. Which to pick?
yeah, exactly. It's just there's so many distractions at home. It's hard to get away from
Yeah.
them. Even if like you go to a completely different room, you're like, man, I could be in my other room playing games right now. Let me do that.
Yeah. So, how are things going now in United States? Are they still on lockdown or?
Um, Lockdown's been a political term for a while, even though it shouldn't be a political term at all. Um, Now that there's a vaccine, it's
Hmm.
becoming a lot better and stuff, and lockdown's lifting up like heavily in a lot of areas and stuff. Like Florida, there's hardly any more restrictions, and
Really?
yeah, I
Oh,
it's been really really fast because like over here the vaccine is free for everybody, so that like everybody got vaccinated within the not everybody. There's a lot of people who aren't vaccinated because vaccination's also political somehow. I don't understand it, but uh, so vaccination's political, quarantining was political, masks were political. Everything was a politics issue. Um, but now everybody, a lot of people are getting vaccinated and stuff. It's quarantining is pretty much over, I guess.
okay. And with the restrictions, so are there a lot of restrictions still on like are the bars open? Are the disco? Are the clubs open? Or
I I haven't been to bars. Or, I'm not a social animal. But I do think they are open as far
okay,
as I know. So what about over
okay.
there?
Actually, yeah. Here they went open because the vaccination is progressing nicely. So I think we have about maybe 60 or 70% that has at least one shot of the vaccination of the people. So that's quite good, I would say. But uh, we went for a drink for the first time in 1.5 years, Niels and me, because he's my housemate. And actually, the day after, so it was open for 2 weeks, I think. The clubs and the cafes and the bars, and we went to a bar. We sit outside because we prefer to still be outside, and it wasn't cold anyway. So sorry. So we were like, okay, let's sit outside and just drink a few beers. And then the day after, everything was gonna be on restricted again because there were a lot of increasing cases during those 2 weeks of everything open again. So actually now we are again restricted to go out. So yeah, we were like, okay, we only went one time and already it's the end, you know. So I think now until 12 August, there will be restrictions. Everything is open till 12 o'clock in the evening, and then everything will close. Yeah.
Okay.
So the bars are still open, but it's until 12 o'clock.
Okay. You guys are lucky that you guys got that drink though, then, because that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we told each other like we even were doubting about it because we don't go out anyways that much. So yeah, we were like, should we go for a drink? Because yeah, I mean it could be nice. It's a good weather, and then yeah, we thought okay, we go. And then the next day we saw on the news that everything was closing down from 12 o'clock that night. So
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
that must have been kind of surreal, just walking back and seeing like now nobody can go to bars anymore, and you guys like, wow, crazy. I don't know.
Um, Yeah, well, of course, it's the most important thing is, of course, that the people are safe in the country. So, personally, I'm not really affected by it at all because I understand that maybe if I was 21 or 24, I would be more affected by it. I would be more like, damn it, I want to do something, you know. I've played all the games there are. I've completed every quest, you know. Let me go for a drink, you know. I need to do something else, but at the moment, yeah, I'm busy enough to just be at the house, and yeah, I don't mind super much. But I understand that, for example, I have a younger sister, and I understand that she, for example, thinks sometimes like, I want to do the same thing as my brother did when he was this age, you know. He could go anywhere he wanted. He could go to another country. He didn't have any problems to visit some places. And
Yeah.
yeah,
People feel like they're just wasting their whole like 20s or whatever because this
mm,
quarantine is just never ending in some places and stuff.
yeah. Let's hope that the vaccination is going good and that the restrictions are slowly, yeah, getting lift up. How do you call it?
Slowly lifting up, I guess. I
Yeah, yeah. But how old are you, by the way?
I am 18.
18. Okay, but in America it's 21. It's
It's
right to
21.
go to a bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, it's okay. That's the big difference. Here it's 18, by the way. So that's why a lot
Oh,
of the
okay.
times I'm confused by if yeah, a lot of countries actually are 18 in Europe.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because here
Um,
we can be drafted for war and everything, but we can't drink. So,
yeah. Yeah, actually driving has always been 18 here,
uh,
and yeah, drinking has always been 16 here, and they changed it a few, yeah, I think 10 years ago. They changed it to both 18. So yeah,
okay. Okay. That's
yeah.
interesting. I may head over there to get a drink or some time.
I will I will get you to a bar when things are open. Uh, uh,
Huh. Well, it's been a whole hour and 17 minutes. I'm not sure if we should keep on going or if we should just save other questions for another
yeah,
time.
we can save the upcoming questions for the next episode. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting hungry, so
Same. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off so I can go down to lunch. Chat, just making sure everybody who's in here knows if you guys would like to add any more questions or whatever, like if you guys are watching the VOD, you guys can go to the Rumble Arena Discord and in Ask the Staff, you guys can ask us some questions for the devs and I'll make sure to ask them the question and stuff. So yeah. Other than that,
perfect.
I don't have much else to say. Kevin, do you have anything else that you want to say?
No, thanks for your time, and let's uh, let's see what the next months bring us.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
of course, before that, we will do at least one or a few more episodes, of course. So
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you for your time.
thanks, man. Have a good one.
Yep, you too. Uh,
Thanks. Bye bye.
bye. All right. Again, make sure to go ahead and ask questions in the chat because it makes my life a whole bunch easier. Ask questions in the Ask the Staff chat. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys in another 1 or 2 weeks for the next episode of the True Gods Rumble. We'll see you then.